just asked Glenn. He says, I need your article. It's like, well, he probably needs it by the end of next month, but I'll get on it now.
I need it this afternoon. So
do you need it? You really need it this afternoon?
Cancel today's show and we'll just get on with it. No, I don't need it today. No.
Come on in, everybody. We see you out there. Don't be afraid. Say what now? Come on in, folks. It's time for the Sunday Funnies.
Yeah.
We're gonna go mad today. It'll be great. Greetings, sinners. I had so many issues of mad. I get mad when I think about it. Yeah, there we are. We all do. Here we go. I'm gonna start with the opening and then work our way out from there. The opening and our wonderful warning label that we need to run at the front of every show that I barely ever remember to do. So,
because Nita doesn't trust us.
Well, we just have to have our ass covered. That's all. Oh, I said ass within the first 8 minutes of that. So we might end up getting shadow banned by YouTube. Who knows? Here we go. I hit these buttons and they never work right.
The views and opinions expressed within the video content found on the Indie Comics Network are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Indie Comics Network or its sponsors.
That's right. What we say is what we say. But anyway, I'm going to go large here. We've got Glenn in the house and Russ in the house, and we might have other people join us as we go along. I sent Rosema a special invitation. We'll see what happens.
Another one.
Allison's threatening to stop by. Mitch might be by. We don't know. C might stop in. I hope he does. Anyway, we're looking at Mad. I've got a pile of old Mads I had given to me by a friend of mine, a collector who has his own little toy store up in Saginaw. And he said, can you do something with them? I said, probably not. And they smelled like attic. Almost as bad as Russ's first run of Only Death Can Save Us, but not. A lot more pungent.
Book 2's coming back for a second smell.
There we are. But I've had them out in the air for a year or so, actually a couple of years. I got them before the bug hit, so they're not nearly as smelly, but they had that wonderful old attic smell to them, that wonderful must that you get from newsprint that's been sitting in an almost damp area for a while. Mad magazine, folks. Mad. Any thoughts from the crew?
I like the 25-cent cheap.
They're always cheap,
and they're right, aren't they? Because it is cheap for what's in it. The quality of this stuff is never been beaten.
As I was saying before we went live, just like everything about it. Just look at that as a piece of painted art. I mean, damn it. Damn it.
This is the July 1963 issue, number 80. Still at 25 cents. 63, almost 60 years ago.
Look at that advert. It's like
Mayjag.
What are them?
Our Mayjag is a working still.
Yeah. Mrs. Alma Funk of Ozark, Arkansas.
It's a working still. Yep.
A Mayjag is a working still. All right. Okay.
Yeah. My Mayjag is a working still. Yeah, you wouldn't get that kind of humor nowadays. That's stereotype kill people. Yeah.
Has that guy in the center got stickers over his
nipples?
Yeah. He does. Yeah.
That was prophetic, wasn't
it? Might have been uncomfortable.
Oh dear.
Showing his nipples off.
Cousin Luke. Yeah. Should be Billy Joe Bob, shouldn't it?
Yeehaw.
Playing a banjo.
Every issue of Mad had their table of contents, always with the contribution list as the usual gang of idiots. And as I mentioned to Glenn earlier, they have a special line here, Martin J. Sherman, for lawsuits.
They must have had such a great time putting this together, you know.
At this point, they were probably hitting an occasional legal entanglement or two. People didn't have a sense of humor. I know Archie was pretty litigious on them a couple times. So.
Because nobody has a sense of humor.
Everybody up at the Archie offices at that point were very humorless. That includes the content of their books. But that's another story.
I got no argument with that.
Their letters column always had a bomb in a mailbox.
Look at that at the bottom, beyond the statute of limitations. It's look at that award thing, that bust. Brilliant.
I doubt you could even publish a bomb in a mailbox anymore.
Probably not. How does this strike you? Subscribe to Mad. A golden trashery of Mad they were offering. Positively the very last copy. Beyond the statute of limitations. Yeah. First up, the movie parody, Mutiny on the Bounty.
Wally Wood.
Marlon Brando. Wally Wood. Look at that.
Yeah, again, the quality of this art.
Yeah.
It's all for comedy, and yet played straight. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's just brilliant, isn't it? Look at that background as well, and past that ship.
Just everything it works. It's just great.
You know? Just a good job Vince Calessa wasn't on this.
Poor old Vince.
Beautiful gray tones dropping this back. Line work.
Beautiful.
It's fantastic stuff. A little bit of ink wash here for shadows.
I wonder if this was pure Wally Wood, or he used to use. Did he have a studio?
I don't think that he could afford it, did he? I don't think he did. Right. I don't ever remember reading of anybody apprenticing under Wood.
Right. What about Dan Atkins?
I'm not sure who Atkins apprenticed under.
Right.
I know they were all doing as much work as they possibly could because one, it didn't pay a lot, and two, there were a lot of people that were still using this kind of material in the 60s.
Damn it, that hasn't changed.
No.
Yeah.
and not paying a lot. Yeah.
Did pay go, but they still had a lot to say. Look at that.
Just
look at Brando.
just a little side detail here. He is credited as being the artist, the writer on this is Larry Siegel.
Yeah.
Oh, and now they decide to stick. Beautiful. You were pointing out the women here earlier, Glenn.
Yeah, that's Wally Wood in that between those women as well with that pipe. Yeah, Wally had a pipe, and he looked like that. So I guess it's in.
Wally had a pipe. He wasn't afraid to use it.
There you go. But yeah, look at the detail on this. It just you almost have to get up close to see all of it. Just incredible stuff.
How much time did they have to do this stuff?
I know Gaines paid incredibly well. I don't ever remember anybody saying he was cheap on his page rates.
Yeah.
So they were able to take their time. Obviously, Wood took a lot of time on this. The other, when Drucker is doing it, I'm sure he's incredibly prolific, though. He's probably kicking them out in a couple days.
Yeah.
What, a page or
a page or
a whole book?
Probably a page at a time. Yeah.
Right. Well, okay, a page at a time. I can understand.
At most, a page a day. Yeah. I would think.
Yeah, that's okay. I can cut that. That sits in my mind tank. I can do that.
Yeah, his pen work, his line work is just it's very deceivingly simple, very stylish.
Yeah, but I mean that page there on the right there, or either of them, but to think that would be knocked out in a day.
Oh yeah,
pretty impressive.
I can't see that. Wally at this point, he not freelance, but he's subbed for Hal Foster for a few weeks for Prince Valiant.
Wow.
Oh, and I meant to show you this too. I found this on Facebook the other day that I loaded in. I've got a picture of Hal Foster at his board in front of an original. And that is this. This is
Oh.
Prince Valiant original.
I think that's in. I got a Hal Foster book, and I'm sure that picture's in there.
Yeah.
And you can see because we were having a discussion about how big
Yeah.
the artists from that period were drawing their stuff, and it's obviously like A2.
I'm not familiar with the dimensions of A2, but more than likely it was 48 inches tall by
but it's
24
bigger
inches
than it.
wide.
But yeah, it's fabulous. Look at the size of his drawing board as well. He needs it, doesn't he, for the size of the paper?
Yep. But that's how he drew. He only had to do one a week, one strip a week, and he put all of his love and heart into it.
I told you, you know Frank Bellarmine, when he was doing Thunderbirds on those double page spreads in full color, there were always 17 panels, and he did that from blank board to finished art in 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
17 panels. Absolutely.
That was all airbrush work too. That's crazy. Probably an entire day at the airbrush alone.
I'm not sure.
Probably hours just trying to keep it clean.
Yeah.
Actually,
Did he paint? Did he airbrush? I thought it was just a paint. It was painting.
I don't think they were airbrush at all. I think it was just using Pelican.
It's probably before.
Which is even more impressive.
Dr. Martin's dies, I would imagine then.
Sorry, yeah, Dr. Martin's dies. Yeah.
That's all watercolor then, pretty close.
Lovely. Look at that.
This is ink wash here, pen and ink.
Look at that. Is that guy looks like Tennant, doesn't he, talking to Brando there at the top?
Yeah.
The lighting on it all as well.
Yeah.
Just having a ball with it. The guy in white shirts here. Hilarious. Hollywood or busted.
Look at the backgrounds on. Look at the bottom panel on the previous page, the angle. Yeah. And all those people on it. And then you move immediately to the top right, and it's look at the depth.
It's in a boat. He's tipping it.
Yeah, but look at the boat on it. The backgrounds are the fullness of it. It's just wonderful, isn't it? Yeah. Look at it.
When we look at a lot of the old, and we'll get around to it, the Two-Fisted Tales and the war stories. What was it called? Not Two-Fisted, Aces High, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That EC did. You had a lot of this material. Everybody researched what they were doing. Everything's got the authentic, incredibly fine detail like this.
But it's really great the way, like you say, but the way the boat's rocking, it's really rough, isn't it?
It's a barrel running. Yeah. It's only straight on when the Hollywood guys are on set. Yeah. Everything else is all moving along. Yep. And then from Wood to Martin.
Yeah. Look at Tucky's.
Bottom one, that's great.
Yeah.
The brain surgeon. That's in, pulls the head out, pulls another head up, pulls another head up, pulls another head out, pulls another head out. He's really starting to get mad here. Pulls the last head out, opens that up, and it says inspected by number 28. Okay. Sure.
Oh, dear.
And then along the bottom on the boardwalk, he's taking a picture of this guy. He says, okay, got it. You can leave. And he goes and leaves, and it's a goofy head instead of the body, like you would have expected.
Instead of a goofy head, instead of a goofy head.
Yeah.
Disrupting.
I mean, a totally goofy head there.
Yeah. Look at the way the photographer's walking away as well with his hand and his foot.
Yeah.
Disrupting expectations. Like.
Yeah.
and the thing here with Mad, everybody's at the top of their form, especially at this point in the late or mid to late 60s. Just everybody's running on all cylinders. It's just classic material. Even the written articles are fun. Cherished pages from old autograph albums signed by famous people. Done by Bob Clark and written by Stan Hart. It's great stuff.
What's that Richard Nixon one there too, Auntie? As you go through life, always remember this motto: it matters not if you win or lose, it's how you play the game. Richard Nixon, that's quite 10 years before Watergate. That's pretty good, isn't it?
I think that was what, 63? It was a good 5 or 6 years before Watergate. Wasn't that 68? 72.
No, 72.
72. Okay. dialogue we'd like to hear. Artwork by written by Harvey Purvis. Artist is George Woodbridge. Let's look at that work. Love that face. Crazy. Look what's talking. Did you get away with that today? No. Did Alyssa Milano happen to see that in her youth? Probably not. Anyway.
Let's melt in his hand.
Grandpa, tell me about Amos and Andy again. Little portable radio. Classic radio. I always wanted that radio.
It's like a mobile phone, that cell phone, that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the old portable AM radio.
Look at like that. Look at that camera there on the left. It says "big deal," so you can do one lousy trick. Talking to that Polaroid.
Yeah. And then over here, where he's got the Japanese camera going crick.
Oh God! There was. I remember in 2000 AD, they did this. I can't remember what the strip was with it. Is a Judge Dredd strip or not? And I have a feeling it was Mike Mahone or the guy that did Robo Hunter, one of the others.
Ian Gibson.
Yeah, Ian Gibson. Yeah. It was one or the other because it was quite a strange.
Everybody worked on that strip though, so it could have been any of them. But go ahead.
And they had a whole bunch of Japanese tourists, and they were all clicking. They were all clicking their cameras. They were all walking around.
Yeah.
And the expression "Blakey Pentax" was uttered because somebody broke their camera, which obviously is not something we would suggest nowadays. No. So crick is a similar thing.
And it's written in sort of Chinese as well.
Well, so
yeah, that's right. So is the Achtung.
It's in a stereotypical font face as well, which is even more to the point.
We probably should have warned everybody at the front. This is 1963. This is long before anybody was culturally sensitive remotely.
Some of the themes and illustrations depicted within this book may well be culturally insensitive. There you go. There's your warning.
Yes. Please understand and appreciate them in the context that they were done.
Yeah.
And then down here at the bottom, let me see if I can get that focused up right. Sergio in the gutter.
Oh, yeah.
Doing what he does at this point, too. You know, the great Sergio Aragonis going in and drawing.
Is he still around?
Yes, he is. Still alive last time I knew. Lighter sided dog owners, Dave Berg. Look at this work. Very underappreciated artist here. Worked for Mad for years and years. Dave Berg. They did a couple of paperback collections of his work. It's easy to do. They took the panels and split them up and cut them down to regular paperback book size pages. You would do 4 pages usually. An issue, different strips, four strips per page.
Yep.
Very much like a regular daily comic strip, only a lot more detail. So much more than what you see nowadays.
Look at that woman's face on that telephone, man. The third tier. Looks like Joan Rivers on the right page. The woman's face when she's screaming, one down on the phone.
Right here.
That
oh
one,
yeah.
Yep. Oh dear.
It's straight across, quick profile too, with a little bit of ink wash on. Beautiful dog though. Look at that.
Yeah.
Poopsy,
it's called.
Poopsy.
I'm leaving you in charge of the children, she says, but I'm taking the dog with me.
It's about time. Who did this stuff?
Jack Rickard, look at that.
Is that Davis?
No, it's Jack Rickard.
Jack Ricard.
That
There's-
top,
yeah.
that girl is real Marilyn Monroe.
Here, I was going to say more Mary Tyler Moore almost looking.
Yeah, that's true. Look at the guy there on the left with his hand in his pocket.
Yeah, just casual.
Beautifully done, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fabulous, isn't it? Look at that. Yeah, Mary Tyler Moore. Yeah, you're right. I didn't mean a face. I meant that look of the jumper, the sweater. You know.
Yeah.
That
Well,
figure.
very
and
much
everything.
the fashion of the day, you know.
Yeah.
It's still early 60s. Love those paints.
It's fabulous, isn't it? You know, the sad thing about this art, though, as I understand it, all the lettering those word balloons was stuck on top of it.
Yeah.
Which is not good.
Still,
Misery is a
you'd
cold
still
hot
put it
dog.
on your wall, though, wouldn't you?
Oh, I'm not saying I wouldn't put it on my wall. I'm
Yeah,
just saying
yeah.
that.
Did you hear that? What happened during the week? That one piece of art where Spider-Man's black costume first
Yeah.
turned up in Secret Wars went for $3.5 million.
Yeah, we were talking about it
3.3.
Friday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good
On
God!
It
on
was rubbish.
Thursday. Yeah.
It was rubbish, wasn't it?
It wasn't great. It wasn't his greatest piece. Yeah, I mean, I'd take 350 quid for mine. Still owe
Yeah.
3.5 million quid.
Yeah.
There's a fire sale on. You can have my artwork for 350 quid. Yeah, not all of it, just the one page at a time, mind.
Well, that cover went for an outrageous price as well. It's not the quality of the artwork; it's the fact
No,
that it's the first appearance of that of Venom.
exactly.
Technically,
It's the what's the word? The provenance of it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what's most important. Yeah.
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 Here they're picking out a bunch of the old comic strips because they had kicked out Happiness as a warm puppy, so they decided to parody it. Misery is a cold hot dog. It's Dondi here, Irwin Hayes, right in that style. Little Lulu, that's our Dennis the Menace. Sweet Pea, Little Orphan Annie, Nancy, Archie.
Look at Archie, that sandwich.
Yeah. Moon Mullins here in the corner. Miss Peach. I'm not sure who that is. Little Henry. Not sure who that is. Not sure who that's supposed to be. Probably just a miscellaneous cartoon character. I'm not sure who that is. That's not Little Iodine. I'm not sure.
That's the next project. We're going to have to make someone with the name miscellaneous cartoon character.
Yeah.
To everybody.
Yeah.
Miscellaneous. Yeah.
Miscellaneous, yes.
Oh, on the next page, Cat and Jammer Kids. Not sure who that is. That's obviously Huey, Dewey, and Lewis. That's from High and Lois. Not sure where that is. That is Dick Tracy there, Jr. And again,
Look at his ribs. That
That
kid's
must be a-
ribs.
must be a running gag. Which kid?
That one, yeah. Look
Yeah.
at his ribs.
Yeah.
Like a skinny kid.
Blondie. So that looks like something out of Beetle Bailey there. I knew who that was. Oh, it's another hillbilly comic strip that they did for years and years. I don't know if that's not Little Abner. Oh, I don't remember who that was. It was with Moon Mullins. Sure, I'll remember it later. That's High and Lewis. Felix. It's great stuff.
Look at that bottom right, what it says on the bottom right.
Misery is a rectal thermometer. Yeah, that's what they ended on.
Yeah.
So, Misery is a tongue depressor, same character.
Yeah.
And at the end, Misery is a rectal thermometer.
Oh,
That's
dear.
true misery. Yeah. Misery is when your parents can't let you. Bless my eyes. Keep a kitten. You
So
found.
this is like a forerunner to what Matt Groening did. Oh,
Well, yeah, I'm sure Groening was a big Mad fan.
yeah,
I have no doubt.
no doubt. Yeah.
movie dialogue we'd like to hear. It's a Hulk face right there, if there ever was one.
Yeah.
That's Woodbridge again, George Woodbridge.
God, look at that on the right there. That artwork. Well, I mean, it's gorgeous on the left as well, but just
That is Joe Orlando. There's the signature.
I wish my name was Joe. It always looks great in a signature, doesn't it?
Didn't Joe Orlando do some Shield in Marvel a couple of years later?
Yeah, he worked for Marvel for a while in the early days of Marvel. He was really big on the EC books, EC comics.
Look at that. Hi there. I'm Arnold Double Deal, president of the Double Deal Publishing Company.
Yeah, we know about them.
Know all about them.
It's just great, isn't it? It's wonderful.
It's incredible stuff, yeah. You'd spend hours going through these old mads.
Yeah. Damn, look at that.
All ink wash, you can see.
Yeah, beautiful ink wash
here. All done by hand, just beautifully done, beautifully rendered. It's a staircase all in ink wash. Background all in different washes, different tones. No solids in that at all. Even the black looks like a dark gray on that. Love all of this.
Yeah.
The camera and the director, the staircase.
The staircase, yeah.
Masterfully done.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah. And then the little faces.
Yeah.
Yeah. Each one different. Didn't have to put them up there, but he did. All in quick line work. What is this? The Great American Pastime Baseball Primer. Yeah. More great work here. This almost looks like a cross between Davis and Drucker. Yeah, work here. Stan, nope. Jack Ricard.
Yep.
Jack Ricard. I love that. Just hilarious. Beautiful.
It has. Russell will know what I mean here. It's got a real, and this is obvious, but I'm going to say it. It's got a real American look, hasn't it, Ross?
Yeah, I know what you mean, like Americana feel.
Yeah.
It doesn't look British.
No,
definitely.
How would that look British? How would it if it looked British? What would
it
make
look uglier?
Yeah, it would.
It would be uglier.
So even though all these people are ugly, right, in real terms, like they're objectively, they're not beautiful, are they? Any of these faces, none of them are beautiful.
Yeah.
But there's still something ethereal about all of the faces. I don't know if that's the right word or not. There's some, also it's helped by the fact there's a very fine hand on the inks here.
Yeah.
There's just something about it that makes it look American. I'm fully there with Glenn. I know what he means.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it may be that doesn't actually occur after, say, the mid 80s.
Right.
After, say, the mid 80s, you might not be able to tell the difference. Do you know what I mean? But back then,
I do
back then in the 60s and the 70s, I reckon you could probably pick out like an American artist and a British artist.
Yeah, definitely. There's also a sort of I don't know whether this will sound right, but on the previous page there was, to me, it was almost Norman Rockwell. But Rockwell is more illustrative and more photographic, maybe.
Yeah.
There's a Rockwell underlying.
There's a realism to it.
Yeah, that's the realism. Yeah,
there is, which is weird because obviously all the faces are extended and there's so many exaggerations, and yet there's this solidity to the illustration.
Yeah. I think also that underlines the Americana part is that guy on the top right hand page leaning on the desk on his hand. The other side, the right hand page, the sports writer, right at the top, that one. That guy is a typical what we see on the American films in the 50s.
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's
Same
the
thing
guy.
with,
As
same-
well as
So-
the other one. I mean, yeah, you're pointing that guy out with the hat.
yeah,
That's
the
yes.
sportscaster,
And
yeah,
also the guy,
that's
the
right out
guy
of
on
movies.
the top right with just the shorts on the left-hand page, top right panel.
Yeah,
Just got his shorts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the hat and the look and
there's like a Jack Klugman look, isn't there? That kind of actor look.
It's
Yeah.
almost like all of these have stepped out of a 1960s film.
I tell you what
or
it
a
is.
TV series. Or
I
something.
tell you who would be directing this. It would be Woody Allen, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of Wood's got that Woody Allen American feel, that sort
Yeah.
of zany New York.
And indeed,
Crazy people.
you know, Woody Allen played on that as
Yeah.
part of his shtick. You know, as
Yeah.
part of what he did,
Yeah.
even down to the way his films looked. I believe he played on that.
Yeah.
So you can see how that visual interpretation comes through.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
Father's Day card for special people.
And, God, look at that.
Shit.
That's
Look
what
at the
bridge
shit.
again.
A recipe for Dad. Oh my God.
Slicing up,
Yeah.
cooking dad. Recipe for dad.
Oh dear. They're all rhymed, aren't they? The little things.
Yeah.
They are mad, aren't they?
Mad rejection slips. Tom Hudson. Gonna do that. This is old to me. That's 50s single panel cartoon style right there.
Yeah,
Very
with a
much
nice
so.
thick brush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that done on purpose, so that they could
Yeah,
print it in
yeah.
any size. I mean, they could
Yeah.
you could shrink it down almost to the size of the postage stamp and still see what it looks like. It's very classic here. Guy with his face through the mailbox. This is a gag that Mad did a couple of times over, where they would send out they would have a cartoonist send work in, and they would keep rejecting him until they took the stupidest. Like here, that's the cartoon he didn't care about. It's all smudged and janky looking, and he's like, well, here, you know, if you're not gonna take any of these other ones, I got this here too. And then they get the letter back from Mad telling him how great he is. So then they say, oh, that's cool. You think I'm great? Here, boom. Here's a whole group of cartoons for you to use. And then they get the big master form rejection slip telling them, no, you know, you're not there yet. Very, very typical of the publishers. On the beach.
On the beach. I remember
John
that.
Martin.
I love the way he bends them toes over.
Yeah.
Look at that last panel where he's walking.
He's happily walking.
They're great,
Doing
aren't
that
they?
up here too.
Yeah.
Only he's happy and dumpy looking.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Gets sand in his face. Typical. That's a very famous cartoon.
Yeah. So
or
the advert, the
comic
Atlas
book
advert.
advert. Goes through and does all the exercises. Comes back all strong to the beach, just in time for the guy to have a crane. Thump.
Oh no, that's gonna upset somebody's mental health.
The girls there
Oh God.
saw him coming.
Got beaten by the jock.
Next we
More
have
Drucker, that last.
the 10th hour.
Look at that.
That is all Drucker. Yeah,
I'm going to say it looks like Richard Nixon, and it is.
It
It is.
is. Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
It's Brinkley, David Brinkley, I believe it looks like. I don't know. A lot of news guys look like that during that period. That's Walter. Oh no, that's not quite Walter.
And again, I mean, you look at it. It's like,
It's like
they've got slightly exaggerated faces and slightly bigger heads for the comedic value.
Yeah.
But apart from the obvious panel, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the left hand page,
Yeah.
which is obviously quite characteristic.
Yeah.
All the others, if you just shrunk the heads down, it could be a serious strip.
yeah.
They're so good. The artwork is so damn good.
Pretty like Thunderbirds, isn't it? Having big heads.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Tracy.
Smort, the great Mort Drucker, very understated. You don't hear a lot from him anymore. Look at that ethnic face right there. It's fantastic.
He's dead now, Mort.
Without being over exaggerated. Yeah, he passed in I think 2020.
Yeah, just a couple of years ago, wasn't
If I'm not mistaken.
I think he was 92 or something.
Yeah, he was quite old.
Let's go in some.
He had a very long career. Born March 22, 1929.
Wow.
Passed April 9th, 2020, age 91.
Wow.
Worked all the way up to his death. He's one of those guys who I doubt he quite died at the board, but he died with the board close by, still working.
If you got to go.
Drucker died on April 9th, 2020 in his Woodbury, New York home. His daughter, Lori, reported to Associated Press that the previous week he had experienced respiratory problems and had trouble walking, but she didn't state the actual cause of death. Lori added that her father had not been tested for the bug.
COVID.
So he might have actually passed by the bug. You never know. That nobody will ever really know.
How old was he?
91.
91?
Yeah.
Yeah, he might have had it when he went.
Yeah.
It's 91. If I go at 91 and I've got a cold, I'll just say it's of old age, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my father-in-law's still going along. He's 99. He's 100 in September.
Is he? Good Lord.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
Lord.
When the magazine's parody of Empire Strikes Back was published in 1980, drawn by Drucker, the magazine received a cease and desist letter from George Lucas's lawyer.
Really?
Demanding that the issue be pulled from sale and that Mad destroy the printing plates, surrender the original art, and turn over all profits from the issue.
How can you do that?
How can they do that?
Unbeknownst to them, George Lucas had just sent Mad an effusive letter praising the parody and declaring, quote, special Oscars should be awarded to Drucker and DeBartolo and George Bernard Shaw and Leonardo da Vinci as the George Bernard Shaw and Leonardo da Vinci of comic satire.
So what happened?
Publisher Gaines mailed a copy of the letter to Lucas's lawyers with a handwritten message across the top. Says, that's funny. George liked it. There was no further communication on the matter. Drucker had also worked on the advertising campaign for Lucas's earlier film and did the movie poster for American Graffiti.
Oh, yeah. Crikey.
In his introduction to the Mad About Star Wars book, Lucas wrote, I have always defended Mad from my lawyers.
Well, I tell you, didn't I, when I put a friend of mine's a musician and he gave me permission, signed document about using his music, and then I got a letter off his, I got through YouTube, I got a cease and desist on the music. But from his music publisher, but the artist said I could do it.
Yeah,
work that one out.
The lawyers should have known the satire and parody laws. I think they had to have just been trying to scare him and knew that it would never stand up in court just under First Amendment rights. They'd never be able to make that fly.
I think the dodgy part to me of that letter would be all original art. That doesn't belong to them, does it?
No.
And in a 1985 Tonight Show appearance, when Johnny Carson asked Michael J. Fox, when do you really know you'd made it in show business? Fox replied, when Mort Drucker drew my head.
That's I mean, over here it was the equivalent of Luck and Floor.
Spit an image.
An image. Yeah, I mean, it's when people start parodying you you've done something right. It's, or at the very least you're famous. I don't know about doing anything right as far as politicians are concerned.
I'll say something to you, Russie, and veiled. I wonder if Lord Lucan ever saw himself on that show behind that bar. Do you remember? He was always the barman, wasn't he?
He was always the barman. It's just brilliant.
I hope he saw it.
Yeah, probably. It was also a bit of a, just by having him there was fingers up at the establishment, wasn't it? Which was great. Because all the rest of us were sniggering in the corner, like, it's really funny. And I'm sure there was plenty of people in power who didn't like the idea of that being there. But what can you do? Because if you the whole point about it, if you start freaking out about things like satire, you're just bringing more attention to yourself.
That's right.
And people will go, well, why are you getting so upset about it? It's just a laugh.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, right, okay, maybe there's something in this then. It's the same old. We've been through the last several years. You've got the WEF, you've got Davos, or all the rest of it. And as soon as people start saying you can't talk about that, instantly people will go,
Exactly.
all right, there's something going on there then. Whether there is or whether there isn't.
See that right-hand page, top, the first panel? That's Bobby Kennedy, isn't it? On that couch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who's the woman on the bottom right?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
She looks like it. That looks like a definite caricature, doesn't it?
Oh, I'm sure it is. Yeah. Somebody from Dr. Kildare, maybe. That's what there's a reference here.
Again, it's like this. What's great about these Mads is the pop culture aspect of it.
I know who that is. That's Dr. Joyce Brothers. Only young.
Because it's just like the pop charts, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't remember all the crap pop music. There's so much of it, so much dross. You only remember the genius stuff.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that you didn't enjoy it and it wasn't a bit of fun along the way.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go back and listen to old charts, you think, oh God, I don't remember that. And it's the same with people, like that turn up on as bit parts or even major parts on soaps and stuff that you never watch. You don't know who these people are, but they'll get satire things done about them, or somebody will do a sketch about them on a comedy show or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's like, this is like a record of the culture of the time. Yeah. And it's beautiful. It's just a wonderful record of it.
The Chuck Jose channel. I used to watch the Mad cartoon adaptation on CN as a kid in 2010. Didn't read any of the Mad magazine comics yet. Oh, you missed there's a whole decade's worth of incredible humor here. Wally Wood was a great artist. He was great at everything that he did. Backgrounds, my kryptonite takes so much time, Harvey. Yes, they do. 20 hours for each panel, right? Maybe yes, maybe no. You see what Mort did here? There's no background there at all.
Be selective.
A lot of times, very selective. Just enough to get the point across. It's perfectly detailed.
Yeah. Yep. Sometimes you don't need a background. If you've already convinced the reader by your setup, you don't necessarily need a background on every panel.
Absolutely.
So it can accentuate the story and the emotion of the moment.
Perfectly detailed. Marvy says maybe they were on drugs. I'm on energy drink right now, and I'm still slow. Mm-hmm. Lots and lots of practice, Marvy. These people all had decades worth of work underneath them. Plus, Gaines had this uncanny ability to find incredibly talented people to work with him. Just amazingly. We'll look at some of the EC work. When you see that, you'll see that it's just anything that they did was just amazingly done. Any genre, any story, and some of the stories can be of the most mundane things that are just beautifully done and well done sequentially, made to look exciting. So that's awesome.
The secret of great comic book art.
Yep. Appreciate the old stuff the most. Yep. By the way, The Last Comics by Night was awesome. That Alien book is on my list. Hope I can find it. Hope you can too, Marvy. Hope you can too. And the Queen would have been in it. Yeah.
The Queen?
That must have been something back up the line. Hello, Efren. How you doing? Actually, joining us now, believe it or not, Mr. Scott Rosemuth joins us.
Oh, no, I don't.
Calm down, everybody. Calm
More
down.
money.
Please, no applause. Just send money.
Always bet on Scott.
Where have you been, Scott? You can't blame it on 5 o'clock in the morning unless you're on the moon or something.
Yeah.
That's true. 5 I can do. 9. Russ, we missed you during the alien thing. Boy, Glenn and I were just pushing.
I had stuff to do. Sorry.
That was a great episode too.
Man, that just. Oh, and Glenn, those examples of Cam Kennedy and those other guys you sent me. Oh, those are
Yeah,
awesome.
John M.
just
Burns.
beautiful.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
John
weren't they?
Burns. Oh, that John Burns is amazing.
Yeah.
That
So
old
I've not seen much
old
of it.
comics were the best without the need of a PC. Well, yeah. Yep.
That's right.
No computers here, all hand done.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. We're looking at old Mad magazine, Scott.
Yeah. Oh, those had some of the best stuff in it.
We're just finishing off issue number 80 from July of 1963.
Wow. They just had the best stuff. And you're right. Gaines had this amazing ability to, he just knew the best people to turn to. Of course, he had the background of the EC comics to start with.
Yep. Russian roulette.
Look at that. Look at that last panel.
Wow.
I believe this is all Sergio. Yes.
Yeah.
Sergio Aragonis.
Yep.
Yep. The gun doesn't go off. The guy knows he's got the last bullet, so he shoots them all.
Pow. Like the way all the hats are coming off and the glasses are coming off.
Yeah. Just beautifully. Yeah.
I don't suppose you could run that one these days, could you?
No.
Probably not.
No. But this is 60s humor before they had to worry about being PC or culturally
You couldn't run it
appropriate.
in mainstream books. You
No.
can still do
Do
stuff
it in underground books. Yeah.
independently,
Yep.
Yeah.
Then, of course, they used to sell paperbacks of all original material. Don Martin steps
Yeah.
out.
Oh, those were
Don
always
Martin
so
bounces
cool to
back.
find.
Don Martin's Captain Klutz. I think I've got all three of those. Just great books. Real fun. Phone Bone. A lot of Phone Bone.
Nothing was more exciting than coming across those Mad collections on the paperback rack.
Yeah.
Just wonderful.
Look at that.
Well,
Don Martin bounces back. I enclose 50 cents. It's 50 cents. It's free, isn't it?
Oh,
sorry, Randy.
Wow.
But these were made for the paperback format. And Martin, of course, is so cartoony. He'd put one or two panels on a page and just move on. And each one was about 120 pages thick. Just beautifully done. And I don't see those reprinted anywhere, as far as I know of. They're not in the Don Martin collection that I have. That has all of his Mad pages, but it doesn't have his paperback bookwork.
That still gives me a chuckle, Glenn, when you said during that the scene in the Alien book with the face hugger coming out of the egg, you said if this was by Don Martin.
Yeah.
That was the greatest little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know where your mind went, but that was a great comment.
This is before they started the fold-outs or the fold-ins
was it?
on Mad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Regular, not quite regular ad in the back. They didn't take any advertising money so that they could be satirically funny.
Look at that. Is it True Blood? That's really up to date, isn't it?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
The two blondes have more fun.
Do you know what that looks like? A flapper face, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Almost looks like Marty Feldman.
Oh, dear.
I was going to say Marty Feldman.
Ain't got nobody loves me. Ra-ta-ta-ta,
Lady Clinic, plastic surgeons. Yeah.
Look at that. Even hairdressers, but it says on the bottom line now in that book, it says even hairdressers will tell you an ugly blonde's best friend is Lady Clinic plastic surgeons. Oh, no. If you happen to be ugly in the first place.
Oh, my God.
That was Mad issue 80. Issue 80. I think we can step up a little. Maybe do issue 105. September 1966.
Oh,
that's the one.
Oh, my God.
Since we do like our superheroes.
Again, a magnificent piece of cover art.
Oh,
Special summer camp. Oh, all of their covers are incredible. This special summer camp issue, still 30 cents cheap.
Jesus.
This is the first one I remember. I can't say it's the first one I saw, but it's the first one I remember because I remember picking it up because the Batman TV thing was going on.
Yeah.
So you
got
to get it and all that. I think it's Mort Drucker who draws the strip.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
Not
that cover painting's by Norman Mingo, I believe, another classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
He did the previous one as well. We were trying to figure out who the signature is.
Oh, yeah.
It's Norman Mingo.
Mingo mad.
Again, the usual gang of idiots.
Yeah.
Alfred E. Newman was so I mean, so versatile. They fit him into almost everything. It was just awesome.
Is that the Stones? Isn't it?
Yep. Says I'd like the
let's see.
people to consider me
More than just
As
a pretty face.
something more than just a pretty face.
Oh dear.
Oh. Have it.
Yeah.
Bats Man. And again, bomb in the mailbox. Ad for the books. Always selling subscriptions. Is that Phyllis Diller reading Mad?
Oh, it's too good.
The real Mad gal. Yeah. West and East is West is East.
Jesus.
Comparing the two. Not afraid to use political satire here. Always kind of cutting edge. Even if the kids didn't understand the political situation of the day, they weren't necessarily made for kids.
Look at that guy with all those medals.
God, that's amazing.
What? So who's on the left? Is that like some South American country? The bottom.
Not sure.
I think it's a Russian guy, isn't it?
Because the stuff on the right is Russian, isn't it?
Well, you've got
Cuban at least.
West versus it. Yeah, you've got
West
all
versus East. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got all the tanks going in Red Square there.
Yeah.
Versus all the cars coming
Well,
out.
I see. Right, the one against the other.
Yeah,
right,
and you got this car down here with this probably looks like a British car because of that IRAC.
Yeah.
All of the
Is that the Tiller girls or something?
Yeah,
like Rockettes here and all of the generals here. Yeah.
Generals, yeah. Is that Khrushchev on the right there?
Yeah, with Fidel,
with Fidel Castro, yeah.
And then you've got that girl with the not much
girl.
on against her mother on the right hand side.
Yeah.
Look who's in the audience, though. The girl, the stripper, whatever she is. Look who's in the audience.
It's old women getting upset about the fact she's hardly got anything on. Put some clothes on.
Is that one of them Mary Whitehouse?
An American Mary Whitehouse type, yeah. She's just walked away from a letter where she was trying to ban Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
A portfolio of mad photos that prove West is West, East is East.
Have you seen that video on YouTube where somebody's put the Bee Gees with the women marching in Korea? Have you seen that?
Yes,
they run
Staying Alive.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Right to their footstep beat. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah. I just watched an episode of Professor of Rock. If you're into music at all, he's amazing. He did the video a couple days ago on the Bee Gees comeback in the 70s, and he was talking about how they got the initial background sound for jive talking. The ka-chunk, ka-chunk.
Oh yeah,
ka-chunk,
like on a train, weren't they?
They were driving across a bridge.
Yeah.
And they kept hearing it every time they went to the studio. And Barry's wife said, "You should use that as a rhythm."
Yeah.
And make a dance song.
Do you know, bizarrely, when I watch those kind of programs when they're talking about things that they did before they became famous, before they became like truly like godlike.
Mm-hmm.
So listening to, I don't know, who's the guy that did Driving Home for Christmas? Chris Rea, and he was broke, and he literally they had nothing. They couldn't pay the mortgage or anything, and he got the letter to say, "Look, we're having this song." I think it was Driving Home for Christmas. It was that or On the Beach. Some song he did, and he was just like, that was it. That was the start of his career. And you listen to the decisions that the Bee Gees made, or you listen to George Harrison talk, or all these people, and they're talking about the time before they made their success.
Yeah, and
it's quite inspirational. I know a lot of it's good music, but it feels there's some kind of parity there. Not and I'm not suggesting that we're all looking for like mega genius success like these people, but just the turning point in your career where you get something, and you get somewhere, and you feel like you're getting somewhere creatively. It's not all about the money, because a lot of these people, although they're extremely rich, do talk about the creativity aspect of it, and that's what's really driving them.
Yeah.
and the
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
success comes with it.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
very
Oh, look, good to
inspirational
hear that.
stuff.
Look at that Roland Hardy there with the
Is that-
Stalin with what's he called?
Oh,
What's he called?
Lenin?
Lenin and Stalin.
Lenin, yeah.
Lenin and Stalin and Laurel and Hardy.
Juxtaposed
I
against
like
the
the Donald
Macy's-
Duck down the
Donald
bottom. That's
Duck.
great, yeah.
Macy's balloon. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Mao
Classic.
Zedong at the top.
Is that Ward, bottom right?
It's Mao Zedong, I think.
No. I'm talking about the other page.
Oh yes,
Oh,
that's
Bert,
it, yeah.
Ward's
Yes.
just
Yeah,
Burt Ward.
Mort Drucker, yeah. Mort Drucker,
Oh,
we have
look
Batman.
at that. Look at that. I love the Batman shorts.
Yeah.
They're like they you can actually buy them now.
Yeah. It's too great.
Batsman.
Bats, man.
Look at that. You'd sure look ridiculous fighting crime in this outfit, Mr. Swain. Is it Swain? Look at that Superman outfit.
Lou Silverstone's the writer. Mort Drucker's the artist.
You sent me the wrong costume. What do you mean you
Oh.
sent it to the ballet school by mistake? Get it back quick.
Meanwhile, at Franklin D. Wilson High School,
Oh God, yeah.
He's just asking all the girls, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Drucker, 18, got his first job doing comic strip. That was a job recommended to him by Will Eisner. He showed Will
Wow.
his portfolio. Will said, "You need to go here and see if they can use you doing this." And that's how he got his start drawing. He
Oh,
credits
sure.
his Mort credits the majority of his career, especially his caricature drawings, to a stint that he did on DC's Bob Hope comic,
Wow.
where he
Oh,
had to
okay.
hit likenesses all the time,
But-
and he realized he had an affinity for caricatures.
But don't forget, it's the secret there is knowing Will Eisner to show him
That's
his
it. Yeah.
stuff.
Show him your stuff.
That's no.
Just hoping
is it?
some of his greatness has rubbed off on you.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Will, my best mate, who's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
He got his job at Mad on a lark that Gaines, because he found out he was from New York, bet him that he would give him an assignment if the Giants won the ball game that day. And
Oh no. kidding.
they won, and he gave him his first assignment. But in an interview later, Gaines said we would have hired him anyway.
Of course, yeah.
Well, what's amazing is
Yeah.
that guys like Drucker and Jack Davis, they were just phenomenal illustrators long before they made their
Yeah.
mark. Man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Both
Especially
Drucker
Jack
and Davis. Both Drucker and Davis went on to do a lot of movie poster work, a lot of Hollywood production work as well.
There was I don't know what it was. It wasn't Kid Cult, but it was something like that. Back in, I think it was 1959, and Mort Drucker draws a cowboy strip in that. He draws it straight, if you understand what I mean. It's not caricature. It's just a cowboy story.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
kept
he's doing-
working all the way through the 60s at
Yeah.
Marvel and DC.
Right.
Oh, sure. But I remember seeing some illustrations that Jack Davis did for EC Comics
hmm
way before Mad, and they were just the most phenomenal pen and ink work.
Oh yeah,
Just incredible cross hatching, and oh God. And you could see it's Jack Davis, but it's nothing like his caricature stuff. It's just exquisite.
I've got the Two Fisted Tales set here in hardback in black and white. We'll go through sometime at Comics by Night. We're just doing this on Sunday Funnies because it's fun.
Look at what Robin's saying to Batman there at the bottom. He says, "Wouldn't it be wise if one of us stayed here to protect Aunt Hattie while the other zooms into town in the Batsmobile, waving at pretty girls on the road?" And Batman says, "Good thinking, Sparrow. I'll go. You stay." He's just after the girls all the time, which I think Burt Ward wasn't he?
Yeah,
According to his
That's it.
autobiography.
that's what they say. Yeah,
Oh
what
yeah,
they say.
that
I don't blame him.
that
he
was
was
back.
quite the ladies' man during the production of the show.
Things were a lot more open and freer back during those days as well.
Oh yeah,
And people didn't get in trouble for sexual harassment. Just look at Yvonne Craig's Batgirl costume, you know.
oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suffering sunbeam.
Holy socks. What bird brain scheme is Sparrow hatching now? I'm sitting here looking diabolical.
Yeah.
Funny.
Suffering sunbeam. Just the
Holy perversion, Sparrow. That would be indecent. The drawing of that Batmobile there, it's fantastic.
oh my gosh, yeah. Coming out of
It's
that
amazing.
cave.
Look at them, they're walking on that building at the bottom like they do in real life.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
They said that early on when he was doing movie parodies, they had to have somebody sneak into a movie theater and take shots because they couldn't get enough publicity stills. And then after a few years, some of the Mad readers got into Hollywood and started working on the movie lots, and it became a lot easier. They could just call somebody up and say, hey, we need a set of pictures from this movie, and they would mail them right to the Mad offices. Then they'd forward them on to Drucker so that he could get the likenesses right.
You see
nice
that
resource.
You see that right? Yeah, right. That right hand page.
They were more than happy to help him, just
Yeah.
you know, because of who they were. Say what now?
I was going to say that middle panel on the right hand page where it says crime wave, where Batman's coming through the window, and the middle section, that one. It looks like that Hakasai wave, doesn't it? I wonder if it's anything to do with that. I know it says crime wave, but it looks like that Hakasai painting, doesn't it?
Yeah, in the background, incidental detail.
Oh yeah.
It's like the tire sitting here, off in the background. What is that, picnicking?
I only just noticed on that panel that Sparrow is under Batman as well. Robin's coming in and he's riding on his back.
He's riding Sparrow.
I didn't notice him before.
It looks like they're picking on his weight the whole time here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Adam West.
He's got fatter as he's got through the strip.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cruel because if you actually go back and look, he was never fat.
No, he wasn't.
No.
He just
he
wasn't.
He wasn't skinny,
Yeah.
but he was never fat.
But
Especially
the
if you look
outfit
around
wasn't-
by today's standards.
He just
That-
wasn't buff, you know.
Yeah.
He had a fairly straight torso.
Barrel
They
chested.
did-
Barrel
they did-
chested.
Yeah, they did the same with Kirk, didn't they?
Yeah.
He was never really fat.
I'll
You
tell
see
you,
him
no,
in those-
he wasn't even like Batman. If you actually go back and look at him, he had a really great sort of shape.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It was an excellent shape.
But
And there was no
also,
fat on him whatsoever, and yet they'd always put this tubby sort of stomach on him whenever they took the mick out of him.
well, look at the way, who was it? Weisinger used to draw Superman like that.
Very
he had a
chested.
thick waist. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is these costumes are far from flattering.
No, they're not. They're not
So,
flattering.
Yes.
No.
Nowadays they airbrush muscles in and push pads in to look like
yeah.
you've got, full.
And of
full
course, a lot of these people spend hours and hours and hours in the gym as well.
that too. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
but-
Nowadays they do.
but
it. Back
your
then,
average-
it was,
Your average person, especially your average youngling at the moment, is a little bit on the podgy side.
Yeah.
And actually, West and Kurt,
Shatner.
Shatner,
Yeah,
sorry,
Shatner.
West and Shatner were nowhere near podgy.
Oh no, no. They were. In
Well,
good
the
physical
later
condition.
years of the
They just
original
weren't
Treks,
spectacular.
Shatner was in a girdle.
Well, you're talking about the second series of Trek.
No, the first series, the original series.
He never got podgy.
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah.
not
You need to look at it. You need to look at it. He was in
compared
a.
to people who walk around today.
Oh no, not at all. No.
Look at that Don Martin page there. Just go through, just flick your eyes along that.
Yeah. And the bridge.
That's what's called irony, kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's real irony. That's
One day on the bridge. Yeah.
very good.
Stop.
Oh, you must live. It must be worth it. Oh, you're right. No.
Lean against the railing.
It's that line, isn't it, that's coming up, that wavy line.
Yep.
Yeah.
It says it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just drives the attention home to the gag.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
With just very sparse buildings here, just enough for you to know it's in the city. Well, you've got everything to live for. It's all going to be okay.
Look at those. Look at the feet.
Yeah.
I love those. I love John Martin's feet.
Yeah, and the way
Always
that
with the toes. That, flappy.
The way the guy at the top left, look at the way he's standing when he sees him. Who stands like that?
Exactly.
Marvis, since I had a replica of the 60s Batmobile, it had a blade in the front by clicking a button and missiles on the tubes at the top.
You get stopped
Also-
at an airport for that these days.
Yeah, two
Yeah.
tiny figures of Batman and Robin. One of many things I've lost. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But we were talking about Sergio Aragon's, and I remember one time at a convention in Chicago in one of those small artist alley rooms they used to provide,
Mhm.
and the day was just sweltering, mid 90s
Mhm.
Chicago and all this,
Yeah.
and everybody was sweating except Sergio. He was in this white Cabana shirt, and he looked cool as a cucumber. Just never once looked like he was suffering at all.
Mhm.
And it just made all of us we just hated him because he was so comfortable in this 90 plus humid. Oh, it was just terrible. But he was fine. He was just having a good time.
Those old Chicago shows at the Marriott.
Oh, yeah, Marriott Ramada. Yeah.
The air conditioning would usually fail halfway through Friday, and never really come back all the way through
Yeah.
the show. So by Sunday night, we were pretty ripe. Everybody
No doubt.
was. Yeah. It's
Have
absurd.
you seen that last panel on the Batman story? Have you read what it says? They're going up to town to get girls.
Oh,
It says you can start sharing the show's fringe benefits. Like, why do you think we have these gorgeous, dull guest stars? I dig Batman, I dig.
Yeah. And everything's
Yeah.
back.
Oh, dear. Because we laugh too all the way to the bank.
oh my God, yeah. Bat
Oh,
bat
dear.
2C bat meat.
They knew what made the show. Yeah. Future national television tests. With Sergio down here along the bottom. The lighter side of traveling. Dave Berg again.
Oh, Dave Berg, I just loved his stuff.
Yeah.
3-4 tiers. It's all just beautifully done. He drew that guy in as the dad figure all the time. If Berg
Oh.
didn't look like that, I'd be surprised.
Everywhere.
Pretty sure that's what he looked like. Again, great 4 tiers. Look at that detail. Oh,
God.
great comic strip work. You'd never see that kind of detail in the newspapers nowadays.
Oh, yeah. From what I understand, Dave Berg had a hell of a career outside of Mad doing advertising work and,
Sure, he did.
just a solid illustrator.
Yeah.
And this is where he just got a chance to just cut loose.
All of these guys have mad licenses. License to amaze. License to coast.
Dean Rusk. Wow.
License to bore. License to shame. Beverly Hillbillies.
License to nauseate. Doris
Doris
Day.
Day.
Hugh Hefner. Wow.
Amazing.
Cool room philosophy.
Kirby.
Writer or artist on this is Bob Clark. Artist is Stan Hart.
License to be pretentious. Hugh Hefner. Full room philosopher. That's awesome.
Hubert Humphrey. Wow.
Hubert Humphrey. Guess who they were voting for? Jerry
License
Lewis.
to be overbearing. Jerry Lewis. Master of subtlety.
License to steal. William M. Gaines.
Bill Gates. Yeah.
Jesus.
Got a gun to the kid.
That should have been a gun to the artisan.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh my God, Jess.
With Mad Zeppelin in the background.
I love it.
Meanwhile, at the doctor's office,
Work.
This one on the top of my head.
Jesus.
Doctor, I have a very peculiar looking wart that I would like removed immediately. It's this one here on top of my head.
Oh my God.
Look at all the cans on the floor. What's all that about?
Brief moment.
Well, just
Obviously, look at that shady doctor's office. Walk in.
good Lord.
What is a party pooper? Right in the middle. Sergio.
Or Sergio, you know. You know, he was amazing to watch draw, Sergio. He was one of those kind of guys where no roughs, no whatever. He just would put lines down and do a drawing, just start to finish, no hesitation.
Yeah.
Nothing. Just one of those perfect
I got
cartoonists.
I got a groove from him in my sketchbook, and he started at the nose and worked his way out. No guidelines, no nothing. Just done.
It's just amazing.
would-
Those kind of guys just astound me.
Just incredibly fast.
Yeah.
And here he'd spend a day. He'd go through the month. The story was he'd go through the month with a little spiral notebook in his pocket that he would write gags down on. And then the day before the book went to press, he would come into the offices and draw on the gutters.
Oh yeah. Just
One day a month. Just pop in and draw. I'm sure this was an outside assignment.
yeah.
No pun intended. Man, it's modern, believe it or not. Burt Parks, all people that long gone today. Louis Shetterly.
Who's this
Les
artist?
String,
Oh, artist Bob Clark. Oh.
Bob Clark with an
Yep.
E. Probably. Yep, Bob Clark. Writer Arnie Kogan.
Okay.
Movieville.
Jackie Kennedy.
Jackie
Yeah.
Kennedy. That was a large gutter there. Sergio doesn't usually kick out that big. The dogs are running up towards a chasm here, splitting. Different magazines.
That world. What's your development? Secret popular crossword.
If you look on the previous,
everything was Jackie on this.
but if you look on the previous page, it explains that. It says
Okay.
at the bottom. Including the shameless exploitation of Jackie Kennedy.
Sensational.
And then you
Movie
turn
May
over and
cover gimmicks. Yeah,
yeah, and she's on them all, isn't she?
shameless exploitation of Jackie Kennedy.
You did.
Making a point. Horrifying cliches.
Paul Coker Jr.
Exaggeration.
Jack Hanrahan. Phil
Yeah.
Phil Hahn.
Yeah, and Paul Coker.
Paul
Oh,
Coker.
Paul
Jr.
Coker is
Shrinking from a loathsome task.
Oh dear.
Laughing at a gross exaggeration.
And Paul Coker also did a fair amount of designing for the one animation company with the Frosty the Snowman. You know.
Oh
animation
yeah,
stuff.
Rankin Bass. You can see
Yeah.
a lot of that there. Yeah, a lot of his style in that. Absolutely. Lodging a complaint.
Troubled by a nagging doubt.
Stretching a point.
My God.
Oh, dear.
Preserving a family tradition. Calling an old incident.
Look at that.
Great cliche.
Losing oneself in one's work, and he's just been swallowed by his own monster. Is from a loathsome task.
It's just great stuff.
Simple
that?
too. Look at that. Just solid black here for the body, drawing the attention to the monster. It's great.
What's that? Where your hand is preserving a family.
Yeah,
tradition?
preserving a
What-
family tradition.
What's going on in the drawing?
You see it. Let me knock the camera up here. Get it closer.
What's happening in that?
Oh, it looks like there's like a dead body in there.
Yeah,
Or
they're
formaldehyde
kind
or
of treating
something.
a corpse. It looks like.
Preserving a family. Oh my God.
Ah, right.
That's too good.
Yeah. Huh. Frying tonight.
Horrifying
Yeah.
cliches.
Meanwhile, at the sculptor's studio. Oh dear.
Yes. Meanwhile, at the sculpture studio,
Look
just
at
can't
that.
get it.
Slurp.
I just can't get it.
Slurp.
By George, I've got it.
God.
Hullabadig a go-go.
Jack Davis.
Oh, there's
Probably a parody of Hullabaloo, huh? Jack
Oh,
Davis,
yeah.
yep. Nick DiBartolo doing the writing. The great Jack Davis. Look at that. That's all detailed back here.
Jesus, really.
It's phenomenal stuff.
Hey, Randy, I'm always telling you, there it is. Those are the soles of the guy's shoes. He always draws the bottoms of people's shoes in that first panel. You can see way over the other side. But keep going there.
Yeah.
Jack Davis always shows the soles of people's shoes.
Yeah. It's one of his little trademarks.
Yeah.
It's a few mice, including Mickey, running by here, being let loose. Don't ever tell him it would break. Oh yeah, he's all up. He's all. I haven't even announced the title, and you girls can't control them yourselves. Just don't tell him. It would break his heart. They're all letting mice loose here in order to scare the girls. My latest hit record. Don't take your love away. That shot. It's just great.
Oh my God.
There's a double butt shot.
But
Yes.
Eat your hearts out, fellas.
And even this work is super cartoony compared to the EC material.
Yep.
Just
Oh,
really just cutting loose on the caricature and the cartooniness of it.
There's just more bottoms of their feet, Glenn, like you said.
Yeah.
That top, you know.
If you go straight up from there to that guy, he's out of Erie, isn't he? Doesn't the guy right at the top of the page? Keep going. That one. He looks like the guy who introduces the Erie comics.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That ghoul guy. I don't know what he's called.
Either Cousin Eerie or Uncle Creepy.
Uncle
Yeah.
Creepy,
Right,
yeah.
Uncle Creepy. That's it. But yeah, those soles of the shoes again there.
it's
Top
the grotesque
panel.
beauty of the artwork, isn't it?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. And is that the Supremes at the bottom?
Yeah, it looks like
Or a parody of the girl groups of the day.
Yeah.
There were a lot of them back then. The Supremes are the most noteworthy.
Gee whiz. Love the
A lot of
Well, Nick.
Motown, typical Motown girl trio. Yeah.
And they all look the same,
Great
don't they?
shot. Yeah, I just go right there.
Yeah.
Like that troubadour sitting.
God.
Looks like Don McLean.
Yeah, it does.
Before Don McLean. Maybe Don McLean saw that and grew his hair like that.
Folk rock, and now it's folk rock time. Let's welcome that wonderful folk singer. What is that? Phoebe Protest. Feeble. That's his name.
Feeble
Feeble
Protest.
Protest.
Feeble protest. Feeble protest.
I've seen a lot of war, and I've seen a lot of harm. I've seen a lot of heartbreak, and I've seen a dropping bomb. I've seen fear and hostility and man's sheer inhumanity. Yes, I have seen all these things. You bet. That's why I'm no longer watch my TV set.
Oh, jeez.
He says, boy, those wonderful lyrics. It's hard for me to speak, so I'll just keep shouting.
Another butt shot.
Look at that. The contrast to the gray tones here with the background here all open. And just straight line work. That's
God.
great. We can tell what Jack likes
Oh my
Yep.
God, yes.
a lot.
I think he's got a foot fetish as well.
If there's
I wouldn't
anything
know
wrong with that,
Specialized cookbooks.
little kids come from
It's cookbook.
great illustrations here.
Yeah. George Woodbridge, yeah.
Again, yeah.
Fabulous, aren't they? Oh, look at that filthy rich. That looks like Bewitched Mother, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Agnes
Moorhead.
Agnes
Oh, yeah.
Moorehead, yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. Mad look at shut-ins.
Oh, Jesus.
You know, we were saying earlier on, and it really is. There's so much to get from this, and one of the things, as we said early on, it's Americana. It's very, and it's of the time. You know,
It's very much a time capsule. Yeah,
it's fabulous.
It's the dress, the humor, the looks, the
Yeah.
the insensitivity. Absolutely.
Cake, and look at him running through that hole with the cake. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Here he's creeping along till he gets a spotlight, so he decides to start out. Cooking on the electric chair. Cooking
Oh,
coffee.
you get the joke of the guy being hanged. He starts out with that certain size coffin, then he has to get stretched out one.
Yeah. Great.
That's
We're working in the arts and crafts shop. This guy's building a set of wings. Guys, the wings aren't gray. Everything else is grayed out except for that where your notice is supposed to go.
Yeah.
Same thing here with the cake and the hole.
But he's going to get out with those wings, isn't it? Because they've got straps on and handles to hold. So he's going to wear that and get out.
Exactly.
And all the other guys are making wicker baskets.
Great. Yeah.
Look at that. The guy there with the coffee pot.
Same thing over here with the coffee. Yeah, the coffee is not shaded. Everything else has got a light tone to it except the switch.
Dear.
That's awesome.
Takes your eye. This is the great Al Jaffe, by the way.
But look at the far left, the guy with the searchlight. The way he's walking, he's tiptoeing through the dark before the searchlight lands on him.
And then, which is again a time capsule. That was a great thing at that time. There was a big running gag about how everybody wanted to have the spotlight, and they're using a guy. Even he would take a moment to belt out a tune.
Leaving up here, they're in the prison library. He's reading a book by about Harry Houdini.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
It's amazing stuff. Jaffe also did a bunch of paperback books for Mad.
Oh yeah. The gun slips out of his hand.
That's soap. With a gun, makes a gun with it, and
it splits right out of his hand. Or down here, he trains the ants. There's fleas, sends them out and has them bring back keys.
It's too good.
He's playing a practical joke on the guard. He's got a string attached. Silence in the library.
Oh dear.
All the prisoners here playing cards, and everybody's got cards tucked away on them.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that spy who came in for the gold. Look at that, Richard Burton there.
Yeah.
Look at that, Richard Burton.
Richard Burton.
All of them, yeah.
Perfect, Richard Burton.
Look at that.
With style, blam, blam.
Loved you in Night of the Iguana, Rich.
Arnie Kogan again did the writing.
Can I call you Dick? Can I? We love you, Dick.
Oh, that's too good.
Look at that.
2 more pages of Richard Burton. Yeah.
And he's got pictures again of Lenin and Khrushchev on the wall. On the wall on the bottom left.
Oh yeah.
Stalin.
Is that a Jack Nicholson?
No, it's Lenin.
Top left. Top left of the right hand page. Right hand page, top left. Is that a Jack Nicholson?
Oh, no, that's
Jimmy Cagney.
Is that Jimmy Cagney? All right.
If you look where your finger is on your left hand, that's Sean Connery, isn't it? Top left, talking to Burton as a spy.
Oh, could be.
Could be. It looks a bit old for him, though.
Well,
it looks a little old for him during that period. But
well, that might be for the cartoon, for the strip. I don't know, but to me, it looks a bit like Sean Connery.
Yeah.
There's a whole that one that I said I thought I saw Jack Nicholson. There's a whole bunch of faces in that panel, isn't there?
Oh yeah, they're all famous faces there.
Yeah, there's what's he called? Bottom right, the gangster guy.
Oh, Edward G. Robinson.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
And again, we talked about this at Comics by Night of know when to put in and when to leave out.
Yeah. Yes.
It's beautifully done. This is your Cam Kennedy look right there.
Again. Oh yeah.
John
it's
Burns.
Not necessary, so just leave it off.
Fabulous, isn't it?
There's real masterpieces. And I love the spy versus spy in that bottom left-hand corner panel. That's just
He's peeping around the curve.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yep. I thought this was a little early for that, but nope, there it is. Him.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I guess the guy who did the Spy versus Pie strip, Pro House or something. I guess he was an actual. He actually fled Russia or someplace.
Cuba, I thought it was. Yeah.
Under pain of death. I mean, they actually had a contract out on him. He had to stay in America.
Yeah, he knew the content that he was drawing. Yeah. Yeah, you draw
the white spy. The white spy is with Burton above in the panel above as well. He's in the bookshelf.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Sweet. Two more pages.
They're great, aren't they?
That's phenomenal. That's Richard Garrett. Unmistakable.
Is that James Coburn and Get Smart on the previous page of the second panel, top of the top?
Oh yeah, James
I
Coburn.
think that's your Sean Connery right there.
And Get Smart. What's he called?
Yeah, there's Sean. You can see him. Yeah, Coburn.
Right there. Bill Cosby, Robert Cole.
Oh yeah, I Spy. Yeah,
I Spy. Yeah, that's James Coburn. Absolutely. Yeah. This is probably Vaughn there.
Robert Vaughn and.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it's Robert. But it's not Get Smart, is it? It's Robert Vaughn and Ilya Kuryakin, isn't it?
Man from
Uncle.
Yeah.
James Bond back behind him. Yeah. How great is that? It's incredible. So I remember the I Spy Drucker did the I Spy strip.
Oh yeah.
In my youth, I remember reading that when I was a kid.
Look at that.
Because it has that
general. Look at that nose and mouth. The general in the next page.
Over
and
here.
That middle panel. Yeah, that face of that guy with the hat. Oh my God. The nose and upper lip, and oh my God.
Yeah, I remember the I Spy cartoon specifically when I was a kid because it had the classic vaudeville joke. Do you need a match? Or it says, I need a match. And he goes, okay, my dog in your face.
It's the subtleties. If you look on the right-hand page, the top panel where Burton's walking with the Russian guy, well, if you look behind him, it's a bear. And that's what the Russians are called, aren't they? They're the great bear. Aren't there? There's little subtleties like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's being followed by a bear.
Yep. Little bird there, too.
Yeah,
it's just it's amazing the little touches they put in there like that.
Always, it was known for that kind of stuff. Little squirrel there, something.
It's definitely something you should try and do.
It's great.
Sneak things in.
Yep.
Yeah.
I try and sneak things in all the time. When I was drawing Ben 10, it's been a couple of years now. When I was drawing Ben 10, I would sneak in Rick and Morty. Into the crowds.
You were drawing a Ben 10 comic, Russ?
I was drawing the Ben 10 reboot.
Sure.
I did that a few years back. They asked me to do a comic strip. I did a 13-issue run on a comic strip.
Oh, no kidding.
And in the background of, I think, of 2 or 3 of them, I managed to stick Rick and Morty.
Sugar's in the house. Chubb's Merry Boy's artwork reminds me of artwork like this in a way.
Yeah, he's brilliant, isn't he? Exactly like him. Yeah.
Back in the 90s, I had a bit of a run-in with an editor. I was doing posters for a theatre, and I did about 10, and I always used to write my name on them, and he always used to take it off. So I used to try and hide it. And then he rang me. I did one near the end, and he rang me up, and he said, and he used to tell me that he'd found it. And I'd do my name in obscure ways. And he used to delight in ringing me up and telling me. And I knew this thing had just been printed. And he rang me up and he said, right, okay, where is it? Where is it? And I've still got this. I'll dig it out and show you. He said, where is it? Where is it? And I'd drawn this cartoon of this. It was like a school bus. And I'd written my initials backwards on the tire tread.
Oh my God.
And it's there. I'll dig it out later. Sometime I'll show you. And he hated me after that because I told him where it was, and he was looking at the printed sheets in front of him, so he couldn't change them because they were printed. And there it was, and he says, "Oh yeah, got all the abuse," and just laughed at him. Gotcha.
the thing is, I did some work for Disney, and they were notorious for saying, "Don't ever sign your name."
Yeah.
Because it's, this is all supposed to be Disney property.
Yeah.
Right.
So in order to get away from that, I was drawing some kids material based on the Tarzan animated film. And it was all using the very young Tarzan in the movie. And the thing is, in order to get my signature on there, all of the wrinkles on the vine,
Earthquake. Sorry.
the vines going up the tree that little Tarzan was climbing, all of the wrinkles on the vines are my initials SR, all the way up and down this whole thing. So you can't see it unless you're looking for it. But once you see it, you realize, oh my God, this is Scott Rosenbaum all over the place. It was awesome. They never caught it. I just loved it.
And you wonder why they didn't use you again.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe they did catch it.
And by this point, they do have the mad fold-ins.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jaffe working again. The last page is to Mort.
It's wonderful, isn't it? And the scripts were funny as well, weren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. They're just wonderful.
Just as funny as the art. Yeah. Yep.
Look at those great hands at that bottom left-hand panel on Richard Burton there. Those fabulous hands. Aren't they just wonderful?
Yes.
This is from the Wikipedia page, so don't think I'm any kind of an expert. But Drucker points out that the caricature to him isn't the face; it's the entire person.
Yeah,
and that especially includes the hands, because a lot of these actors have very distinctive individual hands, and he would always try to put them in whenever he could.
Oh, okay.
And there's the spy guy again in the last panel.
Yeah, the white spy.
But it's true. It's true what you're saying about. Sorry, it's true what you're saying about those hands. Because when I do pencils portraits of people, the ones I do best are always of the people I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
all those subtleties are in there.
It's like why just tracing photographs of people's faces doesn't always do it.
Yeah,
it's why having that insight into and I think that's why it's quite difficult. It's more difficult now to do likenesses, because I don't think actors and actresses, or actors, well, they're all actors, are now as characterful as they used to be.
It's kind of been split. The leading man and the leading lady almost all look the same, but you have a set of character actors out there that are very distinctive and very different looking.
Exactly. But back in the day, everybody was characterful.
Yeah,
they all had their own unique feel to them. So when you characterize someone, it was all about their whole persona rather than just the way that they looked visually. Yeah, definitely.
If you look at that last page of the top panel, the top panel, but is that Putin or what? Looks like Putin, doesn't it? Wouldn't it? 40 years before.
Here, I think that's
it's a 25-year-old Putin.
That looks like Victor Hugo, only
yeah.
Well, it could be.
There. Yeah.
Get that objection overruled. Has he got a gun? Fantastic.
You can see the great fold in. Still in black and white at this point.
Yeah. Those are always fun to try and
always a great way to destroy the magazine.
I'm going to say, great way to spoil your magazine. Yeah.
You don't find them unfolded very often. Now, this you can still see was a little folded, but
yeah.
Bob Clark.
Remember that one great back page cartoon that Frazetta did for an early Mad, where it shows Tarzan waking up amongst all these sleeping gorillas, and he lets out his Tarzan yell. All the rest of the gorillas get up and just beat the hell out of him. It's just funny. It's
hilarious.
Oh my God.
I wonder if that's Bob Clark on the back of that, on the back, his face on that last panel on that thing.
Oh, that on the back of the.
On the back of the Mad, with the dragon. I wonder if that's actually Bob Clark lifting up the visor, because I don't know what it looks like.
Could be, yeah.
He's drawn himself in it,
I wouldn't doubt it, They certainly weren't above that, that's for sure.
Both smiling for the camera.
Yeah.
Big flash.
It's great,
Looks like
isn't
your
it?
typical 60s, almost hippie dude. Yeah, I bet it is Bob Clark. Look at that.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Beautifully done.
God.
Great piece of art.
Just-
Speaking
And
of
great that Gaines would allow it to happen.
yeah,
Oh, sure.
speaking of art, we've got a sample of Ben
There's
10 here.
Rick.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, right.
Is
There's
this
Rick.
yours, Russ?
Yeah, this is
There's
one
Rick.
of the pages.
Oh, that's
There's
great.
Rick. There's Rick there. And
Oh, that's awesome.
further on, do.
Oh, that's so
yeah,
good.
back.
Oh, look at that. That's just beautiful. I love the color on it.
There he is.
Yeah, boy, that's pretty good, Russ.
There's Rick and Morty.
Right above the two of them there.
Is that guy to the right of the little guy in the yellow? Is that it looks like Archie Goodwin next to see it, that guy there with the mustache.
Oh, it
Looks
does.
Like Archie Goodwin with
Sure does.
Archie Goodwin.
Completely
you
accidental. I was obviously he was obviously just coming to see me in my dreams.
Funny.
There you go. It's just it's bonkers stuff.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
quite good fun to do. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Oh, better
hiding the odd
Yeah.
hiding the odd
Awesome.
character in there was good fun. So
That's too good. That's too
It's
good.
amazing. We are past the hour and a half mark, so we should probably end it there before we get into another one that takes us an hour to go through.
Yeah, exactly.
Folks, we just went through 2 issues of Mad Magazine, number 83 and number 105.
Yeah.
So you find these if you're at shows, you find them in the magazines every once in a while. Sometimes they're incredibly reasonably priced. I mean, $5, $6, $7 a piece. And every Mad from this period has all of these great artists in it that are all at the top of their form, doing incredibly funny stuff.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
Look at the folds on that Batman arm and his leg.
I know,
The way his costume doesn't quite fit him on his leg,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
it's just fabulous, isn't it? Like,
It is.
and his hand on his stomach, just that.
Yeah,
Mm.
just that slight indent
Yeah.
to the fingers.
Yeah. Wonderful.
you just can't beat it.
it's
Yeah,
grasping.
you said these guys are at the top of their game.
Yeah.
I was so when I was a kid, because I wasn't really into like the Beano and the Dandy and the funny stuff.
No.
My mum and dad would occasionally buy me one of these things for Christmas because that's what you did.
Hmm.
And I did appreciate them, but I wasn't as into it. So when I saw the Mad magazines, I had this terrible dichotomy because I'd see this absolutely fabulous art. Even as a small boy, I could see how good it was.
Mhm.
But it wasn't Spider-Man, or it wasn't Captain Britain, or it wasn't Fantastic Four. So I would not buy it.
Oh,
Exactly.
boy.
And so I was totally aware of all of this, all of the stuff. Was completely aware of all the artwork growing up, but I only ever purchased like 1 or 2 issues ever, and feel that I really sort of missed out. I've obviously tried to take a lot in since, but there was this
Sure.
terrible dichotomy that you knew just how damn good the art was.
Oh, yeah.
But it just wasn't serious enough.
Exactly.
Special Alfred of Arabia issue.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
brilliant. Oh, he's putting the washing out at the top. Love it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Look at
Oh,
that.
God.
Oh my God.
April of 65, number 84. Classic. King Kong
Jesus.
cover there, takeoff.
Fantastic.
Look at
that.
the look on his face.
And you know what's really clever about that drawing of King Kong there is the fact that where he's on top of the Empire State Building, the Chrysler Building, and the East River, that's bang on where they would be if you were
Yeah,
in that view.
yeah.
The Panama Building there.
So
Yeah.
these guys were
Their
consummate
monkeys are
pros.
driving the biplanes here. Sweet.
That's too good.
There's a phenomenal, one of my favorite Eerie Comics covers by Frazetta has got a blonde woman in that, a large blonde woman holding a
Oh,
gorilla
yeah.
with the biplanes flying around it. Just a great cover.
Oh, that was just an
Here's a
incredibly sexy female.
special spring issue.
Jeez.
Let me find some of the other great covers here. Oh, of course. We almost got to this.
Oh,
Oh, look at that.
Star Trek
keep
musical.
on trekking.
That is Jack
Jack
Ricard.
Yeah.
Yep, here. The generation gap.
See, he's not given Shatner a little bit of a podge there, has he? He's
No, he
kept him
hasn't.
nice and slim.
No.
Classic look, yeah. He had a great. He didn't really have a barrel chest as
No.
much as you could tell he was wearing a girdle at times.
Yeah.
The odd squad.
Can't get away with that now.
No,
Yeah.
you can't.
Probably not.
But just classic humor.
Yeah.
Alfred E. Newman as Uncle Sam.
Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah.
Who needs you?
Who needs you?
Who needs you?
Who needs you? Rosemius Boo Boo.
Oh yeah, I've got that one too. Yeah.
Rosemius Boo Boo. Close to Rosemont.
Mia Farrow, John Cassavetes.
That would have been.
Here's issue
Right.
number 222 from or 122 from October of '68 with all the more Drucker political
Oh,
heads
look
up
at
there,
those.
including Alfred.
Ooh, I wonder if that when that was going through whether Bobby Kennedy was on it, because he got shot that June, didn't he? And that's October, so it would be being drawn around the time Bobby got shot. So I wonder if
yeah.
he was on that originally.
Well,
Hard to say.
that's quite the sting, quite the rebuke when he's seen these other politicians, and he's going to pop their balloons
Yeah.
with the needle. So
Wait.
it's like,
When did Reagan get into politics then? Because I know he was he governor of California?
Oh, it's
before
in
he
the
was-
50s. In the
Yes.
50s,
Yeah, he was
was-
governor of California for quite a while.
he
Oh,
was.
right. I didn't realise it was that far back.
Yeah, he was on. He was on the committee with the communist thing in the 50s, wasn't he?
I didn't
think so.
realise. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay. I didn't know that.
Balmy and Claude.
Is that Warren Beatty?
well, that's a great one.
Yeah.
Warren Beatty.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Fantastic. Look at that.
That's what's his name? Mingo.
Norman.
Yeah,
Mingo.
Norman Mingo.
Mingo again.
God.
This is a combination of Mingo and Drucker. They both
Right.
signed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fancy having that original.
Drucker's done the caricatures of the politicians, hasn't he? On that,
Right. Yeah.
and Mingo's done the Alfred.
Yeah. The painting.
Turn on, tune in, drop dead.
Drop dead. But look at the lettering as well, and the colouring.
Oh,
and
that's
everything.
Yeah.
awesome.
It's very much a sign of the time.
Oh, dear.
Oh God, yes.
Turn on, tune in, drop dead. Absolutely brilliant.
We have issue number 111 from June of '67. Yeah, you'd never do this today. Special racial issue.
Oh my God.
Special righteous. Good Lord. Do you know what that says to me? That we're all the same underneath.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Mm,
That just screams triggering right there,
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
without a
God.
doubt.
I'm sure people are
Find
freaking at us right
Great
now.
one. Here's You'll Go Ape over this issue of Mad, second annual You'll Go Ape over this issue. Number 102, so cheap at 30 cents.
Oh man.
Old thumb in the barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
classic.
18.
Classic. Just classic.
This has got I think this is Mingo again. Mad, number 101 from March of '66. Looks like Rockwell almost,
Yeah.
Yeah, just
well, yeah.
about.
but he's reading a copy of Mad. But
Yeah.
underneath that, he's got a copy of Shakespeare here that he's actually reading.
Jeez.
That's the joke.
Them shoes. They're Rockwell shoes, aren't
Yeah. Very much.
Yeah,
So. It's probably patterned after a Rockwell painting, though I'm not familiar if it is or not.
wouldn't doubt.
Here is Mad number 135 from June of 1970. Sleazy Rider.
they? Yeah. Got that
Oh
one.
Jesus.
Sleazy
Right now.
rider.
Bike.
It's got
Yeah,
his pedal.
Jack Davis again showing the bottoms of the feet. Look,
Yeah, yeah. Something about that.
like Dennis Hopper.
The first page of that strip is fantastic.
And here's a cover that's got a Frazetta signature on it. It's number 333 from August of 1995.
Oh, no kidding.
No kidding.
Oh yeah, that's
Hey,
right.
That's dreadful.
Hello.
That's
Look at
right.
that.
Below. Yep.
Rosetta
it's
did
got-
do that.
It's got that
Yeah.
Frazetta signature right
Yeah,
there.
Rosetta, yeah.
Boy,
Yeah.
harken back to his early days.
Dig that.
See where
Great,
Don't
great
touch
stuff.
me.
that's too good. That's too good.
Look at that.
And
Look at that paint dripping from his tube. It looks real, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And those shoes. Look at his shoes as well. They look like they're popping out the page.
it's probably a couple hours for Frank.
Yeah.
God.
Do you know, if you look at Alfred E. Newman's legs on that one with the blue jeans with the dread, that reminds me of Den. Is it Corbin?
Yeah.
That kind of fuzziness.
But it really
it's leg.
It's really very Frazetta right there. Very much unpolished, just quick Frazetta. And he probably didn't spend a whole lot of time on this. Just you need a dread cover. Or you're gonna pay my rates. Here you go. Yeah. Mad, buy it or leave it. 40 cents now.
No.
Or is it? No, that's outrageous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what that says? Sorry, my eyes aren't what they used to be. Yeah, that is outrageous. Number 144, July of 71. That's why it's red, white, and blue. Here's a classic.
Jeez.
Mingo cover. Issue number 134, April of 70.
Huh. That's classic, man.
Absolute classic. Yep. And it goes from there.
Imagine the time taken to render that tire.
Yeah.
And get
that
lovely shine on it and everything.
Just Mingo was a great painter.
Yeah.
He really was. It's awesome work.
Number 143, June of 71. On a clear day, you can see a funny girl singing Hello, Dolly Forever.
Oh, my God.
Look at that.
Oh, that is cruel. That
Dear.
is cruel.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a.
Oh, it does.
Now playing it.
God.
40,
Oh, my God.
40 cents. Ouch.
Oh,
On a
what a
clear day, you
scandal.
can see a funny girl singing Hello, Dolly Forever.
Oh, what a stab at Streisand. Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
Then a very topical, very classic Mad cover from 1971.
Oh, that's supposed to be a mask nose on him, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, you can see the string on it, yeah.
Right.
Streisand's nose.
Yeah.
Oh,
there
my
you go.
God.
It's the eye makeup that does it.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that bit Boz-eyed look.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Here's we'll finish on this classic cover from 1971, number 142. So true even today.
Oh,
out of order.
This country is out of order.
Well, there you go. April 71.
There you go. Yep.
50 years ago, just over. And we're in the same.
Well, it's one of those rare Mad covers that's actually using a photo versus
Yeah.
painting.
what do they say? The more things change, the more they remain the same.
Yeah.
Oh, my
too
God.
true.
It's one of those Mad covers that, apart from the price, you could just put on a book right now.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Oh, Jesus.
And folks, if you're at conventions, if you visit your local retailer and look through their magazine box, you probably find some of these pretty
What's the film in that one, Randy? Is there a film in that issue? What they're covering?
That'll snap you right there. Believe it or not. Modern Believe It or Not. The film in that is West Coast,
West Coast Story.
Oh, God.
by Jack Davis.
Oh, God.
Another Jack Davis.
Hold on.
Look
When
at-
is
look at
this?
that.
71?
71.
71.
Yeah,
When was The Warriors out?
So,
don't know.
it was after that. It's late 70s, I think.
Was it? All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not positive. Somebody in the chat will tell us. So, it's about that time.
Wow.
West Coast Story. Again, Jack Davis. Ronald
That
Reagan.
Reagan, look at that.
See, you can tell that
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
you can tell that some of the guys that were doing 2000 AD would have been looking at this as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can
And
see
look
how
at-
they felt about Disney. At the
Yeah,
time.
he's punching the mouse. Look at that.
And that was then. That was
Yeah.
Disney then.
That's
Oh
it.
my God.
71.
Like I say, the more things change.
Yep.
Look at that.
Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah,
what's
Nick
that?
together.
Is that the evangelist there talking to J. Edgar Hoover in the centre?
Yeah, that's Billy Graham.
Oh, Billy
Billy
Graham.
Graham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that J. Edgar Hoover?
Oh, probably.
Yeah, I would say so. That's Hoover.
It's funny that
Nixon,
Reagan
yeah.
would be with him. But there you go. That's another story.
Yeah.
Look at
There's
that.
Hoover
great
up here again with Graham, with Reagan, Nixon.
Yeah.
It's classic.
Hideous.
You can see why they knock out the artists when they take over these countries, can't you?
Oh,
Oh,
right.
absolutely. Yeah.
And
Artists
writers
and,
and
artists and comedians. First
Yeah.
ones to go. Yeah.
Hawks and Doves. Al Jaffe, general, setting the tank up to blow, and the guy has rigged it to make a peace sign.
oh,
Violent TV commercials. There's
Mort
more
Drucker
truckers.
again. Yeah. Oh.
Arthur Godfrey. Right there. Wham! Talking about toothpaste.
I love that face, the bottom right page in the middle. What a great face. They're spitting out the coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the page.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should be a patooey there, shouldn't there?
Tui.
Yeah,
here.
exactly. Right there. Yeah.
That's the guy from Have Gun Will Travel.
Oh,
Tui.
shoot. Yeah, I know you need.
Yeah,
It's
I
not-
know. I know you know who I mean. I can't
It's
remember his name either.
Right.
He's a famous old-time Hollywood actor.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Just a great look to it. It's boom.
He's the best, isn't he, Mort Drucker?
Oh, my
He's
gosh.
just the best.
Green giant. Squash.
Yeah.
Squash. Takes the little guy. Squash. Puts him in a can.
What's that torpedo thing? They move your hand, Randy, where that torpedo is. Was it on the torpedo tube?
Yeah.
This warning some people will go through just to smoke something cigar.
A longer cigarette like Benton
Longer
Hedges.
cigarette, Benson and Hedges.
Wow. Jeez.
There's the bathroom cabinet dude. Here you go.
Russ, that guy on the left-hand page at the bottom of the centre looks like Les Dawson.
Does a bit, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
Les Dawson or any number of 1970s darts players.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, this Mort Drucker reminds me of one of the great tour de forces that Neil Adams did. Was he did a parody for Crazy Magazine, Marvel's Crazy Magazine, where he did a parody, perfect Mort Drucker take on the Dennis Weaver cowboy detective show.
McLeod.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
McLeod.
And Adams nailed down the Mort Drucker look perfectly. It was just wonderful.
Mhm.
And yet it still looked like Neil Adams at the same time. He's just phenomenal.
The main thing I remember from my youth, of course, on Crazy Magazine was their Fumetti strips, where they would do comic strips with photographs on it, because they would
Oh, yeah.
always find a girl who was able to lose her top. America salutes the output of American industry.
Oh, boy. There we
Oh
go.
dear, look at
Right
that.
before outsourcing.
That's a
became the-
statement, isn't it?
Yeah. it is.
Yeah.
What is it? Parent?
They were.
There's Sergio all the way around.
Look at
Bone
that.
tax we'd like
Look at
to hear.
that. Look at that Howard Hughes. Look at that Howard Hughes.
Oh, my
Bottom
God.
left.
Yeah.
Jeez, look at that.
Yeah, it's just
Jack Rickard. Oh, boy.
Yep, Jack Rickard.
Wow.
There's Don Rickles here,
Oh.
expertly done.
Oh, the it looks like either a wash or just the black and white of paintings of these people.
It's
Ooh.
Ari Onassis and Howard Hughes.
Yeah.
See
Mrs.
that?
Tiny Tim and her mom.
See that Don Rickles one, the wrong number.
Yeah.
Rickles
You knew
on the
that.
wrong number.
You know who that is in the last. You know it's supposed to be Don Rickles. You know who it is.
Oh,
Down
tell
here,
you.
that's LBJ.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a recording. Whoa.
Oh,
this
my
is
God.
Who is this? This is a recording.
Nixon
Oh,
on the wall here.
Oh.
How prophetic is that?
Yeah. Oh,
Beautiful artwork. Though.
Too good.
Here's Agnew.
All that.
Yeah,
all that.
Spyro.
Mrs.
Agnew.
Agnew.
Wow.
Is that
Internal
Bill
Revenue
Gaines?
Service and the publisher.
Yeah, that's
Is
What
that
a
Bill
great
Gaines?
expression.
Bill
Yeah,
Gaines.
it is. Look
Yeah.
at that expression. Just great. Dude, what? Right next to a
Jesus.
Snork Yaff whip from Don Martin. Siamese twin one night at the Acme Ritz Central Arms, Waldorf Plaza, Statler, Hilton Grand Hotel.
I think
Turns over in
somebody-
bed, meets their Siamese twins. It throws the other guy out.
Didn't they put out a paperback of Don Martin's best sound effects or something? Or
I don't know.
it was
They might have. I know they did a summer special where they gave away stickers that had all of his little cartoons of sound effects. There were like 12 or 13 or 12 or 16 of them on a page that you just peel up and stick wherever you
Oh, that's
You
just
want-
You couldn't.
And that had
couldn't-
your flap-a-dap and your thwip
Yeah,
and all of that.
You
stuff in
couldn't
it.
run that page now, could you?
This no.
no. Not
Well, a
really.
lot of this stuff.
Which one?
The
Can't.
Motor
Siamese
Drucker
twin.
one
Oh
with
no.
the Siamese twins.
no.
Don Martin. Yeah. Fwick. It's a snuffle.
Look at that Bill Gaines, isn't it brilliant? That
Yeah.
picture of Bill Gaines.
Yeah, isn't it?
Jesus.
Oh my god.
If you got called from the IRS, you'd have that look too. Lighter side of love. More of the
Dave
great Dave Berg.
Dave Berg's superb, isn't he?
Man's dirty old man of the year, George Woodbridge. That's David Frostbite.
Yeah. David Frostbite.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
Oh, look at that.
that almost looks like David Crosby right there.
Yes, I'm going to say that
Only in
guy.
his later years. Yeah,
He's
Yeah.
just died, hasn't he, David Crosby?
Yeah. just passed. And of course, Spy versus Spy. Had to show
Yeah.
at least one of those.
Just love those.
Yeah,
Little slinky down the stairs.
Slinky going down the stairs.
And the way he's looking out the window, like, gotcha,
This is Morris
you
Code by
idiot.
by the author. This is by Phobius. There, all those little Morris Code along the
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah, and that actually does say something too. I guess it's
It
real.
does.
It's a real.
I like the head of Joke and Dagger department.
Joke.
They had all departments back then. This
Yeah.
is the teeny bopper Papa teeny bopper Papa department.
David Frostbite.
David Frost.
Look at his shoes. The real Jack
Oh.
Davis shoes, aren't they?
They
Yeah,
are.
those perfect Jack Davis.
Oh dear.
That's his
And the way
Woodbridge.
that look at the way his shirt's not tucked in properly on his trousers.
Yeah. Oh,
Great and wrinkly.
Oh, dear.
Mama Cass. This looks like Mama Cass Elliott. That could be David Crosby then. At that
Yeah.
point.
I wouldn't know.
Look at the back of that head the way he's looking on the bottom left hand page. The
Yeah.
way he's turning. Isn't that
Impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, that-
Yeah.
he's watching Mama walking away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
Oh dear. And those see-through chairs, my
Great.
God.
Great big ties. Yeah. Mod. That's really mod ties. Yeah. Great cheap.
Last Chance Boutique. Oh dear.
look at how rubbery his legs are. That's
Yeah.
a panel.
Yes, right.
What business are you in? Surgical appliances.
Too good.
You're protected in a puerile truss.
Yeah.
Excellent. Just excellent.
Answers to children's letters from God.
Yeah.
Wouldn't see that anymore either.
Look at that. The reason you cannot find me in the telephone book is that my number is unlisted. Best wishes, God. I'm sorry, but it's not up to me to make bacon kosher.
And I like the one here. It says, Dear
Oh.
Mary, my notes about your behavior are written in the big book in indelible ink, but thanks anyway for the eraser.
Dear Tracy, you may
Yeah.
Dear Tracy, you may tell your mommy I said it is not a sin to leave the peas in your dinner Jimmy TV dinner. Love God.
Yes, I'm watching you all the time, but that's no excuse for not taking a bath. Love God. Oh, dear.
Jonathan, thanks for your inquiry, but I really do not have a favorite. I like all the commandments. Love God. Dear Leslie, thank you for your concern, but I do not find it a drag working Sundays and religious holidays. Sincerely, God.
Oh, dear.
Dear Robin, even though your daddy says they are god awful, I am not responsible for the shows you watch on television.
And that one in the middle. I know you have doubts about my existence, but in the future, please do not address your letters to occupant. Heaven.
USA. Thank you. Sincerely, God. Dear Harvey, yes, I can hear you singing in the church choir every Sunday. Do not call us, we will call you. Sincerely, God. It's great stuff.
That's too good.
My three sunny boys. Look at that, Fred McMurray.
Oh, Fred McMurray.
Oh, we got it. How much time do we have here? Oh, yeah, we're past the 2-hour mark already. I knew this would happen. Anyway,
well, we can always do another show, Randy. There's lots to go on.
No. We could save this for April, I guess. There's so much more stuff to show.
Yeah. Look
at
at
my
that.
three sons there. Just look at that.
Look at that. How wonderful at the bottom.
Oh.
Yeah. Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah. Just beautiful.
Oh,
Jesus.
Every last one looks exactly like Fred McMurray. His head tilted up. Just great.
Oh, yeah.
Is Fred McMurray the Jack Lemmon's boss in the apartment?
I am not positive. He very well could be.
I
Yeah.
think it's him, yeah. The one who's having the affair with Miss Kubelik.
I just remember him from Double Indemnity.
Great actor.
Fred McMurray. Yeah, great actor. Could do anything.
And back in the 40s, he was the one that was they modeled Captain Marvel after.
Yes, he was. Yep.
He's got that sort of handsome face, hasn't he?
You can see it right there in the squint.
A lot younger.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Just great.
Oh, look at it. It's just
down here, the Smothers Brothers just pop in.
Oh my God, yeah.
They were big on CBS at the time. Who's this?
Well, that's the oldest son. I forget his name.
Okay. That's your typical pretty boy from that period.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
That the joke at the end, Smothers Brothers come walking in. Hi, Dad, Uncle Chili. Hi, Chap. Hi, Boo. Hi, Dad. Chili.
Boo.
Yeah.
Dopey.
Come on in, fellas. Hi, Dick. Hi, Tommy. Yeah. They're very controversial figures at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Mother's brother. The Hunchback of Notre Dame set. Yeah. That's hilarious. They break. There's the. It's dressed in his hump. Fold in again. Great stuff.
It's fabulous, isn't it?
Oh, this folds down. You can see the two sides of the sign. It says turn to the extreme right.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's what it says. Question is, in what dangerous direction are militant revolutionaries leading us? There you go. That's not political at all.
Yeah.
Is that Gaines holding up that sign on that one?
Right here could be.
I wouldn't doubt.
Again, Al Jaffe at his best there.
Wouldn't doubt.
Then sign language. walk, Sue. There you go.
Look at the policeman arriving.
Yeah, running in.
Oh.
All right, folks, that's it. That's Mad Magazine. Deeply appreciate you coming. Being here today.
It fits the Sunday Funnies theme that we've always wanted to do. So
yeah, it does. It does. Scott, tell folks where they can find you.
over on Facebook, I'm loitering around there most days. Check me out. Also, if you give me a call or give me a thing, you can order a copy of my errand tree. Just use my email, my message there to PayPal me $12. So it covers postage and everything.
There you go.
So over on Facebook.
Russ, tell folks how they can find you. Do we have more artwork of yours to look at?
Yeah, just to prove to everyone that Only Death Can Save Us is coming.
There you go.
So
Ooh, there we go.
there you go. It's on its way.
Ooh, what's he doing?
Well, it's not him that's doing it. It's him.
Oh,
There you go.
oh
Nice.
That's enough of that. You
Great
can
stuff.
find me at rustleach.com. You can find out about Only Death Can Save Us there. First book is out by New Haven Publishing, and you can get on Amazon and globally, all around the place. There's also a few of the original prints available on my Indiegogo, and the second book is going to be up and finished at the end of February. So that campaign will be completely shut down at that point, and then it will go on, and you'll be able to pick it up later on in the year as an edited version. But those original versions will only be available on the Indiegogo campaign. You can also get Batman at the moment. Don't know whether there's Batman's out in Italy now. So it's Italy, Germany, UK, France, and Brazil. If you want to pick up a copy of Batman, I'm doing a comic for the kids version of Batman, and that's about it. There's lots of other projects on the way, and the way to find out about all that is to go to rustleach.com. You can pick up all my social media links there, especially Instagram, and especially if you can sign up for the email list if you are interested. Thanks very much.
Sweet. Yeah, thanks for being here. Glenn, tell folks how they can find you.
yeah, you can get me on the usual places like Facebook and Instagram and all those places. You can find all my work on Amazon. You can get this book from me, which details my visits to Jack Kirby's house in the late 80s and early 90s. And you can get me in the pages of this, which is coming out soon somewhere. I'm not sure yet, but it's coming out soon. And you can also get my 100-page quarterly magazine about comics, Comics Unlimited. Get all these on Amazon with the rest of my books and stuff.
Great. He said as he was finishing typing his name here. There we go. And folks, I've been your host, Randy Zimmerman. You can find me over at Facebook if you look hard enough. Arrowcomics.store, not comics. There should be an O in there. Arrowcomics.store. You can pick up some of the stuff that I do or have done. There we go. Arrowcomics.store. Like HeroBot Zero, which there are 2 issues of out there. It's a 3-foot tall giant robot who fights large monsters and defends the city, so long as he can do it on the clock. You can find Calico over there. It's a great fantasy book with artwork by C. Michael Lanning, and Paragon with artwork by J.R. Harris. It's a superhero book that I love very, very much. And you'll see a lot more of my stuff over there, arrowcomics.store, in the upcoming year. A lot of stuff being colored right now, a lot of stuff being worked on. So I look forward to seeing more of that. And we'll go back down. There's Scott showing off his book.
Yeah.
If you like
There we
sword
are.
fights,
Yeah.
Sword
you like
fights.
sword fights. There you go.
You like to see
see
a grown man naked? What?
Yeah.
No.
If you like pyramids,
Have you ever liked gladiators?
You like gladiators? Stories about gladiators?
Have you ever been in a men's locker room?
I bet they wouldn't let you do that today, would they?
Thanks to my days in college, I actually have been. Yes.
It's a locker room now.
They literally had all of the domestic flights shut down for a day here because somebody screwed up on their backup system. I think it was the air traffic controller. And that picture of Johnny was circulating all through Facebook where he's holding the plug going, oops. Literally what it was. Just amazing. Yeah.
It's
So
awesome.
it's Marvy says Sunday Funny special edition, 4 hours long. That's an idea.
Oh God, no.
Wonderful issues. It's always fun to watch these shows. Have a great week, you two.
Only if we can
Very
get
much.
toilet breaks.
Yeah. If there's anything else you want to see us go over,
I
we've really
don't
this
need
has
one.
really been
I just
kind of a
had one right
Comics
now.
by Night episode. So thank you so much for the love. Thank you everybody for watching. Hit that like button. Go over to Indie Comics Network and subscribe to Indie Comics Network. Also, for more adult material, you can check out Indie Comics Network After Dark. That's a whole different channel with a whole nother set of subscribers, whole different set of content that's meant for adults.
Indie Comics XXX.
Yeah, Indie Comics XXX, where they do drunk reviews and adult, they handle adult subject matter over there.
What?
We're more
Were
the
we not
fun
supposed to
stuff
be
there.
drunk here?
Well,
Nobody told
can be,
me.
absolutely.
No one told
I
us.
just said nothing. Yeah. And I always put in
I
the
was all set,
description.
but it's gone now.
I always put in the description now that pants are optional. So there we go. Yep.
Putting the liquor in the coffee is optional.
Absolutely.
I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11.
Folks, we deeply appreciate you being here. We hope you had as much fun as we did. These shows are always so much fun to do. You can catch us again Friday mornings at 5 a.m. for Comics by Night. And I'm telling you, I was out looking for that. I thought I had a copy of the Aliens adaptation that Heavy Metal printed, and I couldn't find it. But I did find another book that we will be going over this Wednesday that I can't wait to show you because I forgot I even had it. There's Scott examining his eyes. There's a hint right there.
Oh,
And that is
awesome.
it's a bound volume of the first 5 issues of Eerie Archive.
Those were awesome.
We're going to take a look at that. There's a lot of people in there you're going to love, just like with this Mad magazine, a lot of people at the top of their game. So stay tuned for that. That'll be this Wednesday at Comics by Night, 5 a.m. Friday morning. We'll be back here again, 9 a.m. Sunday morning for more Sunday funnies, more craziness. We actually, if you haven't seen last week's episode, you can actually go up there and watch it now because we did get one strike that we have edited out, a very short cartoon that won't be in there that we actually sat and watched the opening for Cool McCool, and somebody out there decided that they own the music or whatever, so he had to cut that open.
Kidding me.
I am not kidding you at all. It was off of YouTube for a couple of days, but now it's all back there again. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. Go watch all of the Sunday funnies here that since we've been associated with the Indie Comics Network are up there and archived. So for your viewing pleasure, a lot of great stuff up there, a lot of great Comics by Night material up there. So go take a look, and a lot of other great programming as well on the Indie Comics Network over on YouTube. So please go over there and subscribe if you haven't already. Tell your friends, get them over there. Even if you don't watch us on YouTube, go over there and subscribe anyway. That'll help us with our numbers, and eventually we'll be able to take super chats so we can be tipped. So
It'd be great.
that's the immediate goal. That, and we'll throw ads up, or YouTube will throw ads in and be really annoying. So it'll be great.
Yeah.
Anyway, any last words?
Nope.
Read
I'll
comics.
see you guys later.
Yeah. Read more comics.
Go visit your local retailer. Check out those magazine boxes. You might find some great old issues of Mad that have been sitting there for decades that the retailer would love to see walk out his door. So take it from us. There's a lot of great stuff to be found there, and you'll see more of it as we go along here on these programs, Sunday Funnies and Comics by Night. Love you very much. Thanks for the love and the appreciation, especially today. We had some great viewership. I know this will be a well-watched episode because hardly anybody looks at this stuff. Hardly anybody realizes what great sequential work is out there just to be looked at and be enjoyed. So everybody take care. We'll see you soon.
See ya.
See ya.
Danya.
Have a question or comment for us to address on the show? Have a topic you want us to talk about? Email us at indiecomicsnetwork@gmail.com. Want your comics to arrive in pristine condition? Head over to GeminiComicSupply.com and save 10% on your next Gemini mailer order or anything in the Gemini Comic Supply store. Use coupon code RAGIN10. That's RAGIN 10.
See, nature was calling for Scott. He's already ran. Take care, everybody. I hit the button and it doesn't work.
Hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid.